Todmorden Hippodrome was built in 1908 and has run continuously as a variety theatre, nestled here in the Calder Valley in West Yorkshire.
I can date going back to theatre 1921 when my grandfather was involved then. So a long history.
My mum and dad used to bring me and my brother in the pram. So as long as I can remember, I was coming down here, and then I was in my first show here when I was 4, I think. I was an urchin in Oliver Twist.
I've been here since I was 13, 14. My mum was involved in a show that was here, and I came down to help and basically never left.
40 years ago in November, I walked through the Hippodrome doors for the first time, and I think there started my love of theatre.
We pride ourselves on trying to give people access to all the different aspects of theatre so that they can see that world that exists outside of Todmorden.
I was born in Walsden, which is a little village off Todmorden, and I think about my career from Walsden to the West End. It just broadened my horizons.
People would say I was a problem child. I was a bit rogue, and this place and the people that was around here, like some of the older people that was backstage, helped keep me on the straight and narrow.
Never bothered going to uni. At the time it just wasn't right for me, so I didn't bother. But had this place not been here, I would not be doing what I'm doing today because I wouldn't have had that experience from a young age.
What this building in a small northern market town has done is it's brought those possibilities to the local people.
My grandfather and father were the type of people that always, their mottos were service before self.
The Todmorden Hippodrome is the UK's largest volunteer-run theatre. Everybody you see at the Hippodrome is a volunteer.
Well, I've volunteered here for 27 years now. People shy away from being the house manager because they think it's too much responsibility, but actually it's quite a cushy job.
I come down with my family and we clean the fabulous chandelier and we paint and we tidy and we make sure that the theatre's ready for the next season.
There's so much pride in this building, so there's a lot of love and sweat and effort and tears that go into the building.
That connection with people who share those ideals and want to be part of something that's bigger than themselves is utterly intoxicating.
We realised recently that we had an incredibly important asset in the archive that we have. It's a real snapshot of social history.
I've contacted the older members to help with the archive, and they've come in groups helping labelling all the photographs, so there's been a lot of nostalgia.
I am not photogenic, but I grew up in this theatre. It was wonderful. It's hard to believe now, but I was a dancer and I did the can-can.
Do you see sort of emotion on their faces, or do you see how looking at some of this archive sort of impacts them?
So much laughter. They would sort of find a scene and then suddenly they just burst into song because they could remember all the words and they could even remember the dance routines that they had to do as well.
It brought a few memories back that is coming here this afternoon.
What memories are they?
It brings back memories of that age, of what I was doing, just starting work, leaving school.
Why are those memories important to you now?
Not much time left for memories. My age.
We were really excited recently to be able to start up a community cinema, because cinema is an important part of our history. And that included doing a dementia-friendly screening for the first time.
Particularly since COVID, we found a lot of older people are struggling to either access activities, get out and about to somewhere that is easy to get to, or because of the cost of living, things are very expensive now. So to have a free event in an accessible venue, and also something that just gives somebody something to look forward to and enjoy is really, really important now.
Why have you come along, and what does it bring to your life?
Happiness. Happiness. Why not? I've got lots of, dare I say, friends here. Lots and lots of friends.
So it's a real social...
Oh yes, oh yes. It's the coming together of people within the town. And what's wrong with that is what is needed.
Every time you come down, there's always someone here, you know, you can talk to. We talk all afternoon to all the friends from here.
We've also run film screenings for young people and children over the summer holidays.
It was fantastic. The fact that it's free, that you get free popcorn, you can bring all the family, there was so much space.
I think it's a really brilliant idea, and it's good to get all the kids out and about and stop playing the video games and out and about and stuff.
I think what we have here in Todmorden is an organisation that looks to move and embrace changing times and really offer that opportunity for people to engage with something that takes them out of social isolation, whether that's, you know, your 13-year-old sat up in their room on their PlayStation or iPad, or you're a 67-year-old retiree that is looking for something to do that engages you with people.
Why is it important for the youth?
Because it gives them lots of things to do, and especially confidence. Confidence as they get older, right? To be able to talk to people.
There is absolutely a class barrier and a perceived idea of what an actor should look like or where an actor should have come from. Obviously you can hear me speak, you know, my accent and stuff like that, and it's armed me with knowledge, which is then confidence, right? Which means that I don't then shrink in those rooms, even in the rooms where you feel like you might not be welcome because of how the industry works. I've got a grounding and an understanding that I can rely upon.
Theatre is a great leveller. You can be here working alongside people from all walks of life, from people that are job seeking through to people that are doctors or writers or television producers or teachers, whatever it may be, and you stand on that stage and you're part of a community. To have an institution like the Hippodrome that's been here since 1907, that endures, that changes, that is reflective of the different needs of society, that gives those life skills, is fundamentally important.
Because I had that opportunity from being so young, I feel a sense of commitment, giving that same opportunity to other youngsters that are coming through as well, and giving them that perspective and that chance to do something and really kind of understand that yes, there is a career and there is a possibility in this if you want to do it.
So often we have people that will join the youth theatre and go through the youth theatre and then go to work professionally in the arts. But they return, they come back because they want to give that back to the next generation of people coming through. We probably wouldn't exist without people doing that, because we all do it. We go off and work professionally in theatre and then bring it back to our little theatre here in Todmorden and just help it keep going all the time.
Is Todd a big part of your life then?
The Hippodrome is a huge part of my life, as it is for a lot of our volunteers. You know, in Todmorden we have that unique scenario where the flood sirens go off and people leave their homes and come to the Hippodrome to make sure it's all right, start moving costumes, start moving seats, getting the floodboards in, because we all feel so strongly about the building and what we have here.
Is that actually true? People come here and...
Yeah, 100% true. When the sirens go off, people walk to the theatre and make sure that it's okay.
What does Todd Hip mean to you?
I don't know. That what the Hippodrome means to me, I think, is everything. It's been the bedrock of my life for most of my life. My lifelong enduring friends are a result of being a member here. My wife I met here, my children come here. The people here have fanned the flames of my ambition and the roles that I've had. But it's not just about being on stage. You know, it brings people together, it bonds people.
It shaped who I am. I think theatre is in our family. My granddad, my grandpa, he used to paint sets here. My nan did hair here. My mum and dad met here. My dad was on lights, so my mum was in the chorus on stage. So it's always been within us, but I just loved it. I just absolutely loved it. And what HIT gave was the opportunity for kids who aren't in Manchester or wherever to get a chance at being on stage in a beautiful place with really brilliant people.
It gave me a view of something that is bigger than a small town. It gave me the opportunity to go, when I went to secondary school, to go into Manchester or go to London and see shows and get involved with different aspects of theatre and creativity and how it brings communities together.
People that was around you that you respected and stuff because of what they did, you kind of saw a different style of where you could go in life, really, that you don't have to be an idiot all the time. You can actually do something and create some good for other people.
And what do you enjoy about it?
The friendship, the company. I've been with it in the last 12 months and I could not have got through it without my friends here.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Oh no, don't worry. These things happen. But I think if I'd not had the theatre to come to, I wouldn't, I don't know if I'd have got through it. And at the moment, we are getting a lot of help from the youngsters. And they're like family now. And they're so willing and they're keen to learn. And it's the next generation coming along who I know will look after the theatre.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you. Heather. That was sweet, but that was sweet.